Hey, we're here behind the Chutes from Montana State University, brought to you by the Chute Boss Club. I've got Savanna Bolich, the Montana State University assistant rodeo coach. Her dust has kind of finally settled on the fall season. Things wind up here at Dillon almost 2 weeks ago now. Talk a little bit about your fall.
The season is hard and fast, and it gets going quick. The women's team is always so fun to watch, and they had a great fall. We have 32 girls, so it's dang near impossible to pick the right 4 every single weekend to put on the points team.
It's like a roulette.
So there's a lot of strategy. We kind of try to pick which barrel horse we think is going to run good in certain setups and go with our multiple eventers. But it's always a little bit tricky. So, but they did their jobs. They all had a lot of really good performances, and they had a really solid fall. We won all the rodeos. Trying to think, tied one, and got a little bit of a lead going into the spring. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, your 200 points are a little better than that over second. So it's a little slimmer margin, but
it's enough to keep us working for sure, because we don't want to get behind. But the women's events are tough because you don't have as many events, so you can get points in, and we've got some good competition. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Talk a little bit, if you would, about the rodeo in Dillon over there. We talked a little bit earlier about the barrel race, how that changed from last year to this year. The weather was good over there, so the ground was probably pretty good over there, but we were visiting before about how much it was quite a little wolfier this year.
Oh, the barrels this fall was crazy, just tough and consistent, and we did a little bit of comparing from last year, and the average time that won Dillon last year wouldn't have even placed this year. And I mean, that was tough then too. So that just goes to show how much the girls have just stepped up. And Ryan Shanahan won the short go in Dillon. Annalise McCurry placed in Dillon again. Piper placed in Dillon. So kind of our same consistent barrel racers were in there, and they're stepping up faster than they were last year. And that's what we want to see, is that trend of keeping where we need to be.
Yeah, well, your Faith Marshall, she's winning the ladies all around, so she ended up at the top of the heap there.
Faith had a standout fall. She really did. She got on a different barrel horse. She got a lot of points in the barrels, got her into the all around. So that was really fun to watch. She set an arena record in the goats in Glendive. She was a 6'3" on a 100-foot score, which is that's just gonna win anywhere. So
wasn't that long ago that a 7 was dropping, and now they're in the low to mid 6s.
Low 6 in Glendive. She was a 6 in Dillon. So she had a really solid fall, and she'll be in there. She'll be in there all year. And then the all around, you have to get, I think it's either 200 or 250 points to activate in your second event. And we've got a lot of girls right on the bubble there. Haley Berger's gotten a lot of points in multiple events. Ryan Shanahan's gotten a lot of points in multiple events. She won the all around at 2 of the 4 rodeos this fall, which is pretty big accomplishment. Haley Berger's right there. Rachel Ward's right there. So we've got a lot of girls that I think we'll see this spring activate and get into that all around race, which is what we want to see.
Gotcha. Barrel race and the standings as they sit here after the fall, it looks like Piper and Ryan, they're both in the top 5 there, so knocking right at the door, and saw some wins, and certainly, I mean, that top 10 is full of MSU gals.
Yeah, it's going to be a horse race all spring, so it'll be exciting, and it always comes down to Missoula. It seems like they battle all year, and it still comes down to the last run they make. So as long as they can hang in there, it kind of just comes down to those last few rodeos. So we just got to keep getting the points and get them to where they have that chance. So
gotcha. You look at the breakaway sheet, and it almost mirrors the calf roping, actually. I mean, you got Rachel Ward, you got Haven Wolstein, you got Haley Berger, and Ryan Shanahan. The top 4 are all wearing blue and gold vests. That's got to make you feel pretty good as a coach.
I am really excited about that. That's the best breakaway season we've had in a while. So points wise, I was excited about that. Haley Berger roped awesome. She won multiple long rounds. we actually had a few freshmen do really good. Mesa Redu placed in a few. I think she's in the top 10. And then, yeah, just keep those top 4 in there, and hopefully we can sweep the college finals.
Well,
I would like that.
Just like the men's, you know, those gals, even if they're not winning, if they're clicking points off and taking those points away from other schools and other competitors, it helps everybody.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. Every single run in the women's team, especially where the points are way tighter. Every run does count. It keeps those average points away from the other teams, and it keeps up our region standing. So every run counts for sure, and we really see that a lot in the women's events. Playing a little bit of blocker. We want to be on offense. That's always the game plan, but the defense comes in a lot with the girls' side.
Absolutely. Go tying, it looks like Faith is 90-some points, almost actually a little over 100 points over Tavy Lino in second there. And then you've, I mean, that's pretty exciting to have that
got a good lead.
dominant goat tire. And then knocking on the bottom of the top 5 there, Jordan Lyles and stuff.
And she's a freshman. She came all the way up from Texas, so I know she had a lot of adjustments to make, and she won a rodeo. She won a rodeo in Cody, and she stayed solid in Dillon. So the goat tying is I'm always excited to get in the field house. We always seem to do good in the field house, and the goats, they are excited, and they get to make some practice runs in there. So I think we'll see a lot of them kind of break out in the goat tying this spring. They kind of got their nerves out of the way for the fall. The goat tying is one event that it's just so much on the girls. Like, it's such a mental event. And we've got 12 goat tires, and our goal has always been to fill a short round 10 MSU girls. And I know that day's coming. I think the most we've had is 8. Maybe even 9 in a short round before. So
knocking on the door.
We've got a lot of really tough girls. They work hard, and one thing about them that I can count on is they'll work all winter. The goat tires, it doesn't matter if it's 10 below. They'll turn the heat on in the indoor and tie on the ground all winter long. So
goats are a little easier to keep out of the weather and to bring in the weather.
They get a little insulated stall, and we keep them all winter. And I think that is one reason why we always stand out in the spring in the goat tying, is because that event you have to put the work in, and they do all winter. So there's
always somebody. You go to that practice facility, and there's always somebody tying a goat somewhere. Whether if it's nice, they're outside in the yard, the side yard by the house. And, also, you know, on the ladies' side, Amelia Lancaster, I mean, her and LJ have really kind of clicked. She had to change partners when Cole got hurt, and it seems like so far that's been fairly productive. They've stuck it on some.
She's a great header and really consistent, and the big thing in this region is just catching them and being consistent, and she does that. And she's breakaway roping really good, and I think she's one that we're going to really see a lot of success with.
Yeah,
she's
I think
really
she got
solid.
a win over there in Missoula, if memory serves. So
she's fun to watch.
You got to be looking forward to the winter too. Then a little off time and time to let the gals maybe get to some clinics possibly and do some practicing and
kind of switch modes from full rodeo mode. Some of them send their rodeo horses home for a little bit of a break and bring young horses in or whatever, and just a lot of kind of slowing it down, going back to foundations, going back to basics, maybe bringing in some clinicians, stuff like that, kind of time to work on those little things and be ready for the spring.
Well, that's kind of that's one of our main focuses here at the Shoe Boss Club, is to help those gals get better and provide some funding for them to do those clinics and that kind of thing. So congratulations on a good fall season. You got a lead, and we just got to hang on to it going through the spring. And so that's it for today. Signing off with Savanna Bolich, behind the Chutes from Montana State University, brought to you by the Shoe Boss Club.